Now we're going to start off by finding out how much heat is released when 3 kilograms of boiling water cools down to room temperature of 20 degrees. Now, I'm going to use this equation, Q equals mc delta T. Q being the amount of heat, and I know it's weird, Q being amount of heat. People don't think of that, but that's what it is. Remember, this is a type of energy. I know we have used E for everything else, but Q is a special one because we're talking about energy transfer of heat. It's thermal energy transfer. So M for mass, C is the specific heat capacity, and in this case, the specific heat capacity of water. You'd have to look this up. It's in your textbook, or you can find it online, but it's 4.18 times 10 to the 3 joules per kilogram degree Celsius. Because I have my mass in kilograms, my specific heat capacity needs to be the one relating to kilograms. Don't get too excited about the weird units. They're just based on making sure that if you solve for Q, you get joules. If you solve for mass, you get kilograms. And if you solve for temperature, you get degrees Celsius. Then I need to think about my change in temperature. My change in temperature is always my final temperature, T2, minus my initial temperature, T1. And in this case, T2, it's going to end up, it cools to 20 degrees. And T1 is what it started off at boiling. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees. That means my change in temperature is negative 80. That is because it cools down. It does. It releases heat. It reduces its temperature. So now I can find my value. So my mass is going to be 3. My C, 4.18 times 10 to the 3, scientific notation. And my change in temperature is negative 80. The negative is important because what the Q being negative tells me is it tells me that it's releasing heat, and it is releasing heat. I know it's releasing heat because otherwise it wouldn't be cooling off, right? So I have to make sure that I have the right number. So I get this big giant number. It's a big giant number. Don't let the big giant number freak you out, right? So I get this very large number of joules. Of course, I'm going to write this in scientific notation because I know I should write it in scientific notation because I only get 2 sig figs. Because of the 3 and the 20, I only get 2 sig figs. So I'd say 1.0 times 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. And that would be what I put in my therefore sign.